So how long does an average sex session really last? Well, we're gonna tell you. So this is from, according to a sex toy company called Love Honey, and they have the statistics for you because in their recent survey, what they did is they asked 4,400 of their customers who are in opposite sex couple relationships, that's the way that they describe it. They found that their sex lasted 19 minutes on average, with 10 of those minutes spent on foreplay, 9 on penetrative intercourse. I'm reading exactly from the article. 52% of respondents said they were satisfied with this number of minutes. 19% of women and 23% of men said that they wished their sex lasted longer. Now, this is in cosmopolitan.com, and Haley McMillan, the author, I wanna read to you what her take was on the findings, because she mentioned here, quote, "What they wanted to last longer, the foreplay, the intercourse, or both, wasn't addressed, but it's an important distinction. Where did the idea, the longer a penis in a vagina, the better, come from? It's wrong and annoying, and sometimes I'm just ready for us to both orgasm already, damn it. Not in a, ugh, sex is a drag, dicks are gross, let's get this over with way, but there is a limit to how long I want to have vaginal sex, and it's usually around 10 minutes, give or take. You're not impressing me with your stamina, dude." So then she goes on to say that perhaps since they didn't describe or make the distinction between the foreplay and the intercourse, that maybe the couples that wanted it to last longer, maybe they wanted longer foreplay. So we can talk about that. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
Heterosexuals chose the wrong sexuality.
Wow. 2 pump chumps, listen up.
Mine lasts about this long.
Sounds about right.
Whoa, whoa.
Sounds about
whoa.
right. Sounds
Okay, so
about right.
I'm fine with it. I know which buttons to push. I push them in.
Yeah.
Let's go get us.
And I agree with the author here. I agree that, like, for me, too much penetration, vaginal penetration, could be painful for too long. For me, I think I get the idea that she's saying, why don't we have more foreplay? And then the penetration part can be 10 minutes or less. I'm fine with that.
It's a dance though, because I think, some men don't like fellatio, some women don't like cunnilingus, and those are all medical terms for,
and they all exist in myth. All
right,
the women
so,
who don't like.
I mean, but I do think that foreplay should be sex. I can only speak from my own personal experiences, and sex for me is a dance. It's an all-encompassing
Explains why I'm bad at it.
With the touch and with your partner.
Foreplay, Brett.
I would be like, sex for me is also like a dance, like a 7th grade dance where no one wants to touch me.
Yeah, exactly. Can I sit around the outside of this and just watch?
Right, yeah.
Go ahead, Jason.
But in the article, she says that, I don't want your stamina isn't what I'm impressed with. I mean, for me personally, I don't come unless my partner comes.
Good for you.
And that's because the eroticism for me is having that person experience that pleasure means I did my job. Because to me, sex is not always about me. But I do think that foreplay is a very, very important thing because it gets the juices flowing for women.
And that's the connection, in my opinion.
Exactly,
like
absolutely.
The kissing, the making out, like even starting the process. I love that part. But I'm also with you where sometimes it's just like, get it in, get it out.
So that's the other, The other thing is like,
variation.
It depends on the mood. Like I've been in
Absolutely.
relationships where at a certain point I was like, why are we doing like this? It almost started to be like a long process. This was a long time ago. I'm not like this anymore. But like it used to be like, it turned out there was so much pressure on each session being like this epic dance, like choreographed dance, where it's like, well, you know what? Sometimes the dance I want to do is like an elaborate dance number, and sometimes I just want to do the twist and shout and be out.
I agree.
I'm with you, do the Macarena and get out of here. Like, we know what this is. We know how to go. There we go.
Yeah, I'm with you, Brett. What about you, Grace?
Well, so to address my 5 words or less, these articles always sort of make me laugh because I am not heterosexual, and so to hear some of the confusion or just like the dynamics and the dance that goes on is really sort of fascinating to me. And just reinforces like, oh, I would be super bad at that and not it. Like it sounds like a bad time to me.
Having a penis inside you?
Yep, it sounds like a very bad time. I'll go on record with that. I'll agree with that for sure. And I think that there are people watching and be like, yeah, that also for me would be a bad time if I was like, stick it in it. I don't know. Now it's weird. So where was I talking? I was here. I was sitting in my chair talking about straight sex, feeling uncomfortable. Now I'm back in the moment. Now back to lesbian sex. I think that it's sort of a little bit more about foreplay. I think that girls are more passionate And well, also like when you're in like a same-sex interaction, you are just inherently more inclined to understand how their body works and how their body responds to certain things. Like I would have, as we established in my previous breakdown, no idea what to do with a penis. Like, do you flick it, touch it? I don't know. And so that would be a bad time. But like you could look at a penis,
flick it till it's over.
just like flick
Just
it
this
until
is
it,
essentially
until
all
it
you gotta do.
explodes or
But
something.
I've been with women before though too.
Right, but like you've been with men also, and you would be like, I know exactly what to do to get this guy to tick and to get his gears going, right? And when I am with a girl, I have an idea of like what I could do that would feel good because I am also a girl. Like we have the same.
Yeah, I'm not only
body.
a member, I'm also a client.
Right. Yes. Exactly. So, but I do think that there is more of a like foreplay isn't necessarily considered as like there's foreplay and then there is vaginal sex.
It's all
more
the
of a
act.
Yeah, it's more of a circle, like a continuous
Right.
circle of pleasure, and that's what I want young impressionable people to take away about lesbian sex. That it's just the best.
I honestly don't know what you would do with a penis. Like they're so simple. The answer is
definitely-
anything.
Okay.
If you rub it enough, it'll.
But like you rub it like you're creating a fire. Like I don't know.
Yes,
Here's the thing,
Grace.
yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
Yep.
No, I think you'd probably figure, but like here's the
I
thing.
know that
For me,
they're
it's like
fitting.
a penis is like a banana. Like there's one thing you need to know about it, just like peel and eat. It's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
And then a vagina is like an artichoke where someone has to like teach you how to eat that shit or you will literally hurt yourself.
Great point, Brett.
Like they need to
Yeah.
sit you down and be like, all right, this doesn't make any sense.
This is the
but
art, this
Step
is
one,
the-
here are the
yeah.
parts.
But you know,
Look
Yeah.
at it. It's like there's these, there's menorah, majora. There's a
But
boat.
here's
There's a man
thing
on the
about
top.
penises though. What if it's an uncircumcised penis though? Then people see.
First, clean it.
Brett, clearly. But I want to know, Sam, you, as a woman. So you say that sometimes you just want to get in and out.
I just like variation, and I think with Brett hit the nail on the head too. Like with
It's his favorite sex move, actually.
Sometimes I really fuck my finger up. I miss.
it depends on. I know in the beginning of a relationship, I think generally speaking, the beginning of a relationship, your sex romps last longer. You're experimenting, you're trying all these different things. And then over time, you do get to know that partner. You know exactly what buttons to push and you know what each other like. And I know some romps might be really long and fun and some might be really short. You really just are there to
Bang it out.
bang it out. And I think it works for us. I like that.
But just there to bang it out. So, and Brett had mentioned earlier that becomes this chore though. But so also having sex is also a meeting of the minds too. So
Yeah,
if you-
sometimes those sessions are
That's called 69.
purely a meeting of the minds. Like it just depends on the day and it depends on the sesh and it depends on what each person is feeling and timing. I'm sorry, it sucks. Like sometimes there's like
Especially when you had a baby.
when you have a baby, can you imagine? Like you know that you have like 15 minutes or
Right.
10 minutes. So I can't you're good. It's gonna change as your relationship changes. Our sex life now is completely different than it was in the beginning. It doesn't make it any better or worse. It's just it evolves.
It makes it worse. Here's the thing. I have a friend who talks sometimes. He just brags. He's like, we banged for 4 hours last night.
sounds miserable.
And I just think like, what the fuck did you do for 4 hours? I can't play video games for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And that's like, and I just have to sit there for that. Like,
It's like 4 episodes of a like an hour-long drama. It's a
That's
long
like-
time.
That's a
Maxwell
transcontinental
album.
flight.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Like, I can get to New York
That's
by
like
then.
watching Titanic. But I
Twice.
just always wonder what goes through people's minds when they say, okay, let's just do this. Like, okay, well, that's not gonna make me want to perform well because clearly.
That's a good point.
You know
I
what
think your language has a lot to do with it. You're
Absolutely.
absolutely right. I know when we were trying, and I'm just being completely candid, when we were trying, it felt very forced, and it was hard for both of us to get into it. You're right. There has to be some spontaneity. It's not fun when you make it a chore. So I
Right.
think being mindful of that with your mission. Still, you almost have to like manipulate the scenario so it's still sexy and fun, but you still have to have your mission.
Yeah, and
Right.
coupling up sexuality with sensuality as well is
Yeah.
always sort of a happy pairing.
I think if people would learn how to be better at foreplay, because sex doesn't always have to be penetrative. It doesn't have to be.
Right.
You always have to like
Agreed.
slide in. It's
Agreed.
like sometimes you want a great hand job. Sometimes legit. Sometimes you just want to be stimulated.
Sometimes you want a bad hand job, and those people come to me.
Yeah.
Just a dry, slappy hand job.
Oh my God.
like those inflatable clowns that you punch them and they just come back up. Back.
I'm imagining like a Swedish massage on a penis.
Let's make an explainer video like how to give a hand job with grace.
Yes.
I'll do that for a vlog.
Straight
Totally
tips.
do that.
I can
Straight
tell you
tips
what
from
lotions to use
Grace.
that
Straight tips from a
dry up.
lesbian.
Lotions that don't dry up. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
Suave is the best for hand jobs, you guys. I'm sorry. If you don't want to use lube, Suave is great. It's the thickness of it is just perfect.
Shampoo?
No, Suave.
Yes,
lotion.
Grace. Shampoo.
Ultra
Yep, get it
therapy,
clean.
moisture therapy,
Nice and
Suave.
clean and dry.
Oh my God. What is Pop
Grace.
Trigger coming to these days? What has happened to us? Sam gets
know.
pregnant. It's all downhill from there.
Yeah. All right. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. And I apologize if did we get like a little too graphic? No.
No.
It's sex, it's healthy, it's informative.
Do you
if you're
read
really
the
There's jizz on
young,
my shirt.
if you're really, what, Brett?
There's jizz on my shirt.
Oh my God, Brett.
It's not really.
Now it's too graphic.
Now
It's like over here. Why would it be over here?
disgusting. All right, please just
If it was
conversation
food, it would
going
be right
if
here.
you like, and we'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.